Tookie is dead. We're not safer. We're not more secure. We're not more humane. The state does not have the moral authority nor the will to perfection to kill. We must kill the idea of killing to stop killing. When I visited with the assistance of Barbara, when I visited Stanley 3 times and had prayer with him, he said, "I regret I was a predator upon my people. We were programmed to attack black people. Whites were safe around us. The tragedy of my situation is that I will not be killed for what I did do, but for what I didn't do. But I would rather die than lie to get clemency. I will not join the corrupt system of jailhouse informers and snitches in the name of redemption." By the way, it was an informant in desperation that gave President Bush the information that led us to war in Iraq. The informant has since recanted, but several thousand deaths later. Tookie said, "Reverend, there is a system. Since we don't make drugs or guns, there is a system. Relationship between gangs and corrupted police and traffickers and transportation at the borders and pickup points in the fields where drugs are grown." He said, "Whites kill blacks and we rebel. When whites violate blacks, as in Rodney King, we rebel. When blacks kill whites, we get longer time or execution. When blacks kill blacks, we just count the numbers. It's permitted. The scale is not balanced. There is a flaw in the system." Tookie, minister, is dead. Charles Manson, who killed Sharon Tate, Charles Manson killed Sharon Tate's 9 months pregnant and brutality, slaughtered several others, is still alive in California. Sirhan, who killed Robert Kennedy before the eyes of the world, is still alive. Jennifer Porter in Tampa, Florida, hit 4 black kids in her car, drug a 3-year-old over 130 feet, fled the scene. Her father wiped the blood from her car. She taught school the next morning. The baby's mothers pleaded for the person to come forward. She would not. Somebody spotted the dents in the car and turned her in. She admitted that she hit and killed and injured the children. She got not 1 day in jail, 3 years probation. O.J. and Blake, who had more circumstantial evidence against them, had dream team lawyers, and they walked away. Through all of these contradictions and inconsistencies, Tookie said, "We must go another way." Tookie said, "My legacy, don't self-destruct, don't kill and be killed in my name. If I doubt God, it undermines the character of my faith. I feel good," he said, "in my changed life. To the end and beyond, I will espouse anti-gang, anti-drug, anti-violence, and be a healer, not a predator. I feel good and changed," he said in our first meeting. He relished his new status in the world. his new feeling as a social transformer and not a race predator. And I went back into San Quentin and shared with Barbara and him the governor's decision. He said to Barbara and Sister Neal, don't cry and don't give up. I've been here before. The valleys and the shadows of death, bullets whizzing by my head. It's my background on trial. I hope my message endures. Then we prayed again. And Monday afternoon, I said, I will see you in the morning. He smiled, didn't he, Barbara, and laughed and said, I don't laugh very much, but children make me laugh. I hope my message won't be lost. He said, fight back with your mind. Fight back with education. You can't fight very well behind bars. Only voters can be jurors. The governor said Tookie did not prove to him that he had been redeemed. What a judge to determine life and death. The Bible says, let the redeemed of the Lord say so. You can tell a tree by the fruit it bears. Tookie's tree is full of fruits of hope and appeals for lifestyle change. Only those who have been somewhere, he laughed, are eligible to be redeemed. Only those who have been down and scarred are eligible to be redeemed. The Judeo-Christian faith is full of the legacy of people whose scars made them stars. Moses, born in poverty, under death warrant, raised in Pharaoh's household, lost touch with his people, and became an oppressive prince of Egypt. They didn't trust him. He saw the oppression. He killed 2 people and became a fugitive from the law. Egypt didn't trust him, but one day God spoke to him, Moses, a killer, a fugitive, and said, take off your shoes. You're standing on holy ground. Moses was redeemed. King David, with a harem of women and concubines, became greedy. He saw Bathsheba, Uriah's only mate. He sent Uriah to the front line and had him killed so he could live with Bathsheba, and they begat Solomon. Jesus is the image in the lineage of David. King David, a redeemed man. Saul of Tarsus killed Christians. He fell from his horse and was redeemed. He became Paul the evangelist. Malcolm, part 1, was a street hustler, a pimp, and a predator. Malcolm, part 2, a redeemed man. The deeper the hole, the longer is God's rope of hope. I visited Nelson Mandela, minister, about a month ago. He had a big picture of Schwarzenegger congratulating Mandela for his capacity to forgive and redeem his persecutors. In jail 27 years. He took the picture with Mandela, but he missed the message. Dr. King forgave those who bombed his house. And lastly, to the Crips, those who saw Tookie as a hero in the counterculture, a gangbanger, and to those who now see Tookie as a martyr figure, a transformed man, we're now facing, brothers and sisters, the Friday night experience. It's not difficult to follow Jesus as a hero figure, feeding the hungry, walking on water, healing the sick, upsetting the government, but then the hero was killed. Fear and doubt set in the camp. It's easy to be a hero while he was alive, but on Friday night, the hero was killed. What shall you do now? The hero is dead. It's not difficult to follow Tookie's leadership and charisma as a countercultural hero, but now it's Friday night. Can you wait until Sunday morning? Can you wait until resurrection, to renewal? Shall you go back to the old ways and the old days? Shall you go forward by fear or backwards by fear and forward by hope? It's that point when Job said, after having lost everything, my worst fears have come upon me. My worst fears to watch Tookie die. Our fears have come upon us, and yet I will not surrender. I will not curse God and die. My worst fears upon me. Though you slay me, yet will I trust you. I know my Redeemer lives. for he lives within my soul, and the soul will never die. So I didn't see you last Tuesday morning, Tookie, but I will see you in the morning. God bless you and sustain the hope.